I'm just now wrapping up 4 years in July.
Coming up on 3 years now, working for United AMG Partners.
So I started here at the end of November, like right after Thanksgiving in 2014. So I think it's about 3.5 years.
I've been at United AMG Partners for 4 or 5 years.
I've been working 3.5 years for now.
I work with clients and work with prospects, trying to save them money and providing them a resource.
They're looking for help in regards to their insurance costs.
Typically, we cut 10-15% of premiums, and in most cases, we even increase benefits.
I really liked the freedom that it was going to offer me, and not just the freedom as far as like my hours are concerned, but also my workflow.
The leadership of the company, unlimited potential of income, and the opportunity to work on my schedule.
The reason I went with United AMG is I saw the most potential for growth within myself as a person and also professionally.
I didn't really choose United AMG Partners because of what we do. I chose United AMG Partners because of the people that work here. So the first year for me was a big learning experience. I had to learn the industry, I had to learn the products, I had to learn the techniques, and honestly, I had to learn a lot about myself.
Just doing a lot of learning how the insurance industry works, learning how to communicate with other people, and especially learning how to communicate with owners of businesses.
6 months on the phone, marketing, booking meetings for James, going through that whole process. Then probably the next 6 months was me running my own meetings and figuring out how to do all of that.
Generally speaking, I remember a lot of it with pretty fond memories for my first 12 months. But I remember working hard, coming in, from 8 to 5.
It really helped me build character, and without the bumps in the road in the first year, then I could not sit here.
Naturally I'm more of an introverted person. I'm not the person that's going to go out and talk to people or do anything like that. So I basically had to learn how to talk to people, which is one of the things obviously we go over, and Scott's really great at learning how to communicate effectively, and then really implementing that throughout every stage of my life. Because you can't just do it here and then turn it off. So that was probably the biggest obstacle.
Dealing with rejection, knowing that for every no I hear, a yes is going to come.
Stick to the system, because this business is system driven, and to get a result you have to be very organized.
Obviously, when you're not making any money, it's hard to keep your vision solid and keep your goals solid and keep striving after it. But Scott, my mentor, had me write down on my notes back when I first started. He was like, "Aaron, make sure you write this down. I want you to keep this, right? You'll thank me later." And he had me write down, "Man, I'm glad I didn't quit." I actually just looked at it like a week ago. When I was going through my drawer, my notes, I saw it. I said, "Man, I'm glad I didn't quit, and I'm really glad that I didn't, and I stuck with it, and it's really worth it." But nonetheless, it was a struggle to overcome, not making any money and prospecting heavily, working hard.
And the idea wasn't that, I'm not making a career, I'm not doing this for today, I'm doing it for tomorrow, the next day, the next year. This is to build a future, not to make, fast cash now.
There was no doubt in my mind that I was gonna make it. It's just a matter of keeping that vision strong to get there.
I always thought I could do it. It was more a matter of time. So I felt that probably after the second year, as I saw my check keep going up month after month after month, I was like, okay, I guess I already got the hang of it. So I didn't notice exactly when that transition was, but when it happened, I was happy when I finally acknowledged it.
Maybe about like 8 months in, once you see some success, once you have some success, once you see other people around you have success, you understand that it's just a numbers game. It's a matter of doing the work, and eventually the success will follow.
Because it's not short term. So many people are looking for that short-term gain, even whether it's a stock market, whether it's a relationship, what have you. They're looking for that short-term, quick hit. This game is a long-term process. It's a long-term process that once you build, it can't be undone. It's almost like winning a championship. It can never get taken from you. Once you build it, no one can take it from you.
No matter what happens, you can try something for a year, and then after a year, reevaluate where you're at, and then see if it's worth doing it again. So that was my approach.
So the first deal is probably one of the easiest deals I've ever had. Literally called the dude. It was when we first started calling NorCal. So it was in Auburn, which is a city in Yolo County near Sacramento. So basically called the guy. Guy's like, yeah, don't have a broker. I need help. What do I need to do?
Easy. I booked an appointment right away, and the same week my senior consultant closed it, and basically I got my first client within four days in business.
It's called Sombrero Street. Basically, they're a caterer. They cater for weddings, and they host venues for weddings and all that kind of fun stuff. When I started working with them, I saved them about 10 grand a year right off the bat.
I remember my very first big deal though, about a year and a half in. And when you get your first big deal, that's the game changer.
Depending on what day it is, we do trainings Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if it's one of those days, I will usually be leading the training that goes by team meetings into, we usually practice pitch as the second portion, and the third portion we get back together for announcements and just finish off with a morning meeting. So
it's client management, responding to emails, checking in on the carriers, making sure you're up to date with all the new regulations that come out.
I could spend the entire day out of the office going face-to-face meetings, having a networking meeting, having a lunch to meet with somebody, having to this, that, or the other, or I could spend all day prospecting.
So usually at the beginning of the day, I'll be like, okay, if I don't do anything else, these are like the 3-4 things I have to do. So usually it's like the leads that I'm most importantly following up with, or it could be enrollments, following up on those, renewals, stuff like that.
I either run meetings, work on numbers, or do follow-up calls.
Interacting with existing clients, keeping up a relationship with them, continuing to help them out on a daily and yearly basis.
Every day I'm working with at least 30 to 40 people, either whether it be over the phones or in person, and working with their employees. That's got to be the best. The fact that I get to work with people for a living, to be a resource, to provide a service.
Working with the business owners is very fun because you meet a lot of different businesses, different people, different ages with different experience.
My favorite part of the business has to be the flexibility of it. So I feel like for me personally, if I want to come in, I know I can work hard, get what I need to get done. At that point, it's kind of the freedom to be like, hey, I can go home early, or I can, keep this up. I'm already here, might as well work. So it's kind of that, for me, I'm not necessarily like a by the book, everything's planned out. So whatever I feel like doing, I can kind of decide the day of.
We also get paid pretty well for the job that we do, so very grateful for that. But ultimately, being able to do what you want to do outside of work is the best part.
It's difficult to describe just because it's fun. I guess I would describe it as fun. But to me, fun is being around people that are motivated.
Greg's pretty cool, Scott's cool, Aaron's cool. Overall, I'd say everyone's pretty cool. No one's hounding down on you or pushing you in any way.
Mostly it's positive and high energy.
At the end of the day, they're just good people. So it's fun to me. When you ask me about the culture, the first word that comes to mind is fun. I come in here and I genuinely have a good time with everybody. There is obviously banter in the office, but at the end of the day, everybody is working hard and here to earn money and to help out their clients. That's first and foremost. But at the same time, we all love being around each other. There's never any bad blood.
It's really fun, obviously consulting, because one of the things that strikes me is that, when you're in that position, obviously, you're an expert at what you do. So kind of communicating your expertise, sharing your knowledge with the people, it's almost like a form of teaching, which is something I really enjoy.
Our job is to talk to people, educate people, make sure they understand, how their health insurance plans work, and that's really cool. It's nice, it's cool to be the person that someone leans on when they have questions that they don't know the answer to.
It's kind of like an honor. It's a privilege to be a consultant here. The way other agencies and the way other businesses view us in general is on a pedestal. I feel very, very privileged to be under the United AMG name as a consultant. I feel like that's the best way to answer your question.
The most important quality by far is just their attitude. So no matter what their background is, their race, religion, sex, anything else, I mean, work ethic, there definitely is their attitude.
Able to speak to people, be kind, be motivated, be personable, dedicated.
Everything is actually learned. I honestly think that you could come in here with almost no skills under your belt. Obviously, it'll be a longer journey than maybe others, but there's really no innate skill that the mentorship program here can't train. And I've seen that with some of the consultants that started before me and some of that started after me. Everyone's got a different package of skills when they walk in the door, but just because you might not have something that someone else has doesn't mean that you can't learn it and even exceed those skills after learning it.
You learn how to communicate with people, how to deliver the right message, how to deal with questions and with negativity sometimes, how to get the results.
My communication was very cut and dry and a lot less emotionally resonant. So a lot of times people would say, oh, you know what, you might have a high IQ, which I would say I do, but obviously there's a lot more to life than just having high IQ or communicating very bluntly. There's better ways to phrase it than just the most direct way.
Almost everything you learn here for business can be utilized and executed outside the office, and should be.
I see that our company has probably grown in twice their size, and so with that comes a lot of mentoring and leadership training as well. So that's going to be a fun part for a lot of the consultants here who haven't had that leadership experience. So that's going to be the biggest change, definitely within a year.
Definitely always moving forward. I know I'll have more clients. I know I'll have more responsibilities. I'm going to enjoy it.
Pretty much I will double my book of business, or maybe triple.
One of my main goals is to outperform myself what I did last year. Productivity-wise, financially, lifestyle-wise, everything. I want to make sure that I'm growing as a person.
Long term, we're going to be across, multi-states. We'll be pretty much a national presence.
Eventually, I would like to grow to that next level of becoming a managing partner and opening up my own office and kind of doing business development, those kind of things long term.
Go ahead, start an own office. One of the cool things for me is, if we are expanding overstate, Texas may not be my dream spot, but obviously there's 48 other states. So I'm sure there's at least one that I'd be down to go to.
I'm gonna retire.
My most expensive purchase is got to be my car, for sure. What is my car? I drive a 2017 Jaguar F-Type R Coupe, black on black.
By far my car. Before that, probably the computer I built. So that was maybe like $2K, and then the car a lot more than that. So I have a Mercedes AMG C43.
My most expensive purchase, I bought a house 2 years ago and currently live in Tustin, California.
I'm proud that I stuck with it. I really am. That's got to be number one. I'm glad that I'm still here, that I can be talking to you.
I'm probably most proud of breaking through the first year, making it to a spot where I'm comfortable in the sense that I can pay for most things that I need and want.
What I have overcome, I think I built and I'm still building like my personality, business personality.
I've traveled to almost every continent in the world so far. Been able to support my wife and my family with this career and also do the things that I want. So, that's pretty simple, being able to provide for yourself and for others At the same time, be able to help grow other people. That's definitely the best part.
I'm proud that I was able to go outside the box, to kind of do something different. I always kind of saw myself as like a little bit different in terms of like not wanting the same thing as everybody else, not wanting to be, you know, mediocre, average. And even though like my group of friends is extremely successful, investment bankers, analysts, accountants, they're very, very successful and wealthy. I've always wanted to do something different. I'm proud of myself for finding this opportunity. Obviously, it was an opportunity that was given to me, was shown to me, but it was still something that I jumped on. Still a window of opportunity that I jumped through. My dream would be to be able to be a businessman, to have a book of business, to have clients, and to be reliable and responsible, and to build a family, but still have the flexibility of traveling and kind of doing what I want to do without being trapped.
My dream would be to build a successful book of business, manage and maintain that, have healthy relationships, and live a comfortable life.
Be happy. Live happy life.
But the main dream is definitely flexibility, freedom. Because my whole family is on the East Coast. So think about it this way. If I worked a normal job, a salary job, I get what, like maybe 20 days off a year? Here, I can go see my family, you know, twice a month if I really felt like it. Run my book of business from Maryland. In fact, I'm acquiring clients in Maryland, you know, obviously branching out to Texas and this, that, and the other. So the ultimate dream is to be able to go and do what you want to do when you want to do it, and not have to worry about, you know, a case of the Mondays, or not have to worry about what your boss is going to think, right? Just to be an honest, you know, person with integrity that can run his book of business from wherever he pleases. Yeah. It's probably second to my family the thing that I'm most passionate about, because it does feel like family. I spend more time here with the company, with the people, with the mentors, and even with some of my clients more than I spend with my family. And so to me, it means, you know, it's honestly second to my family. It means a lot to me.
We are all partners here. We're all working towards the same goal, to be successful, to make money, and to have fun. And I think that's what the whole brand is about. And a big part of that comes from helping people.
You don't want to build a career with people you don't want to be with or spend time with, or it's the exact opposite here. I'm here after hours on a Monday at, you know, whatever time it is, 6:30, and it hasn't even hit me. It doesn't worry me. You know, I'm not like, oh man, I wish I could go see the Capitals game. No, it's more like I'm happy to help out, and I'm glad, you know, that I can be a part of whatever we're doing right here with this interviewing, right? Just because that's how passionate I am about it.
In one word, I'd say the United AMG Partners, to me, means opportunity. So that's the one word I'd use to describe it. Probably, you know, the way I see it is, you know, had I not had this opportunity, I don't know where I'd be, but I'm glad that I found it, and I took advantage of that opportunity when it was presented to me.
Well, this is like a safe environment where you can become whoever you want, and there is no limit to grow, and you can stop any way down the road, but you don't have to. If you want, you can grow, like build massive success. And the United AMG is just supportive environment.
Everybody here, and a lot of people don't understand this, everybody here is what makes United AMG. United AMG is literally just brick and mortar without the people here. You wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be here, no one of these guys would be here if not for obviously George, Angel, and Scott.
This is not a one-person company, ran company. It's with partners. The first thing you should think of is that we're a collaborative effort and driving force of getting what we need for clients, at the same time growing our people.